Hi, I'm Shylin and I sew. In this video I am making two versions of the Bedight Bolero from the George and Ginger Goth collection. Now, this is not a review or a tutorial on how I made the bolero. This is more of a vlog this time and kind of going over my thought processes, especially in the last portion of the video where I decide to make the bishop sleeve for my second bolero. Let's begin! Even though I have been sewing and using PDF patterns for like, 3-4 years now, I have not had Acrobat Reader ever until now. And I always thought that I needed the fancy Acrobat Pro, but no, this works on Reader, which is free, and I can like literally remove and add layers as needed. And I'm kind of upset because in the past, what I've been doing was I had all of the layers on. I would have to print it out, and then I would have to find what size I was using, and I would highlight it with a highlighter on the paper, then cut it out. And, you know, that added an extra like 10 to 20 minutes to whatever I was doing. And nope, now I can just do this. So yeah, don't be like me. Like a true seamstress, I got distracted. So I got all excited about 3 or 4 days ago based off this video and bought fabric. So this is the fabric I bought. It is a beautiful lace. And I plan on doing the normal pattern using this fabric. And then I also bought this lace. There you go. So this lace has a lot more texture in it, and I think that also means it's going to feel kind of scratchy. So my thought for this one is to line it at the bodice portion, leave the sleeves sheer, and instead of using the regular sleeves with the puff sleeves, I'm thinking of altering the sleeves to like a regular sleeve at the top and then having it bubble out like a bishop sleeve. I'm gonna have to go and do some changes to the pattern to see if this will work out. Obviously with not this lace, because I don't want to waste it. It was about $20 a yard. So I'm gonna go back and do that. So I need to make bias tape. I'm really procrastinating on that because I don't like making bias tape. So while I did that, I did some skating. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see like my skating updates. I'm still learning. I've also picked quite a few starfruit, including this one that is a little bit inappropriate, but these are the things that I do while I procrastinate. And now that I've picked all the starfruit off my tree, I'm gonna go make some bias tape and mess with the pattern to see if I could do a different sleeve for this fabric here, and then we can finally start making these two boleros. I didn't do the full sleeve length, but I actually cut it in half, and it's well past my elbows, so I know that I'm gonna have to shorten the sleeves. It looks like it actually fits pretty well. So the back there looks loose when I stand straight, but then I get enough space to move my arms forward and back, as you can see there. And it's actually pretty well fitted. I was a little worried because this is apparently one of her first drafted or first woven patterns, so I was a little worried, but it looks like it fits pretty well. Alright, so I took a gamble and I said I wouldn't do this, and I freaking did. I made the sleeve a little bit smaller at the end here, because looking at the pictures from the testers, it looked like it was really loose at the wrist, and I like mine a little bit fitted, especially if the top is, you know, a puff sleeve, and then the bottom is supposed to be kind of the opposite of that. It kind of tapers down. So I wanted it to taper down a little bit more, and be more fitted, and then I left a little bit, I think, yeah, 1.25 inches. I just kind of guesstimated. I left a little bit of space there for the hem so I could turn it up and hem it, and hopefully that doesn't ruin it too much. I don't think it will, but that's what I did for this one. And this is the simpler one with the where I'm just using the simple lace here, and I will be doing the whole pattern that way. And then I finally made bias tape. That bias tape is going to go around the bottom here as like a trim, and then I'm going to use the bias tape as a seam finish for the sleeves to keep the ruffles and the gathering away from my shoulders and, you know, being itchy. And I'm also going to put, not this piece, on the front bodice, piece right here. This is where the buttons go. I'm actually going to put like a small piece of black fabric here so the buttons will actually be able to work, and I can put buttonholes in and won't ruin the lace. And yeah, that's it. So this one's going to be a little bit simpler, at least I hope so. This is the first time I'm working with lace in like 5 years, so hopefully I don't ruin this too much because I don't really have much fabric left. Alright, let's get a sew-in. Is there like a right and a wrong side of this? It's like no shiny side versus not shiny side. Guess it doesn't matter. So this is going a lot faster than I anticipated. I'm almost done, and so I think this is like a 2-hour max sewing project. And I say 2 hours because like for mine, I'm doing on the inside, I wonder, see if here, I did bias tape on the seams. So that extra step, it took away from the lining step, but it's just like an extra step. And then on some of the other seams where I didn't want the extra bulk, I did like a French seam. So here it is. I added these little circular buttons here, and I really like how that looks. I was gonna put a ribbon around the collar so I could like do a little bow right here, but now that I'm looking at it when it all put together, I think it looks fine the way it is. So I will start the next one, and then once I'm finished with that one, I will put these on and style it and show you all what it looks like. So we're back at the sleeve pattern again because I wanted to make the second version have a different sleeve. So I'm probably going to cut here and like remove a little bit of the sleeve cap to make it a little bit less poofy at the top. So I'm just going to remove this portion. I'm going to go in. So what I can do is I can remove like another inch here. So I'm going to remove excess at the top while opening the bottom. That way we have that billowed sleeve. So what did I say? 1.5 inches? That should be good, but we'll never know until we try. Alright, so this is the old sleeve on this side, and this is the new sleeve. As you can see, when I removed an inch from the sleeve head, you can tell immediately that the sleeve here is taller than this sleeve. You can also see that the gathering, it's like poofier than this side because I removed a lot of the extra material, the excess width of the sleeve. I'm not sure if this is enough of a poof for the bottom for a bishop sleeve. So I'm going to make this bigger at the bottom by 3 inches, and I think I'm going to remove maybe another inch at the top. And I'm going to remove that from the bottom here. I don't think I'm going to remove it from the sleeve head anymore. I think that's okay. So we'll see. Of course, now that I am back on the drawing board, I remember exactly what I need to do. So at the bottom here, I'm going to add an extra inch so I can have that casing, the elastic casing. But also, if I want it to billow more, I have to do the same thing that you have to do for a puff sleeve, which, again, I said earlier, for a puff sleeve, when you want that extra poof, basically, at the top of your sleeve, you need to expand it both horizontally and vertically. So we're looking at the sleeve up and down, top of the shoulder, and so on. So you need to expand it both horizontally and vertically. So of course, the concept is exactly the same for the bottom. I need to expand it horizontally and vertically. I need to add a little bit more. This is just not enough. Alright, so I made another change and I have no idea how to explain it. I said that I wanted to make the arm portion, like the upper arm, a little bit more fitted. So what I did was I took the old pattern and I measured the original armscye right at the armpit, and I measured that there, right at that notch that we kept. And then I kind of angled it a little bit so it wouldn't angle that far out. So I did that, and then I also measured this portion, and that was 19.5 inches. And so what I did was I took this new line, extended it out, so it's 19.5 inches. Because if I were to take this new armscye right here and then measure it just straight down to what I had right here, it would be 18 inches, and then so it would be a little bit short on my arm. So I decided, why not add a little bit more flare and just flare it out until I get to 19.5 inches. And hopefully those are all the changes I need to make. I'm kind of taking a gamble here by not doing another mock-up. So the selvage, there's about 3 inches of just this mesh material at the on the sides, the selvage, and it's on both sides. So I'm thinking of using this to my advantage and actually making this where the elastic goes. That way it's not all bunching all of this nice yet bulky detailing, and so it's just bunching here on this nice, basically flat part of material. This is the bolero. The sleeves are less puffy, and then at the bottom here you can see that it poofs out, and So the elastic I used is my wrist measurement, so that's 6 inches, and then that's how it tapered down. So now to model them. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Again, this video was more of a vlog and less of a tutorial, but hopefully you were able to learn a little bit just from the thought process of everything. Please let me know down below if you like these types of videos, which outfit you liked best from the 6 outfits that I put together from this bolero, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my channel.